Mexican descent. First of all, Mexicans are one of many original inhabitants, indigenous or so-called Indians or First Nation people who have occupied this continent for over 50,000 years. We are part of the red race, also known as the bronze people, the brown people, la raza bronce, as opposed to the white race, the black race, or the yellow race. We have been here before any white man, any black man, or any yellow man set foot on this land. We are descendants of the ancient so-called Mesoamerican civilizations that covered an area from Aztlán, the so-called U.S. Southwest, or the land gained from Mexico, to the area called Costa Rica in Central America. The term Mesoamerica literally means Middle America in Greek. Our native language is Nahuatl. Nahuatl is part of the largest and most well-established linguistic families of the Americas, known as Uto-Aztecan. 99% of our history as a people happened before the Europeans invaded our land. But sadly, that is not the part of our history that has been taught us. This is no accident. This was and still is part of the conquest effort. People of Mexican descent can call themselves Mexica, Mexican, Mexicano, Chicano, Chicana, Mexican American, Mexicano Americano, Native, Nativo, Native American, Nativo Americano, Native Inhabitant, Indian, Indio, India, Indigenous, Indígena, American, Americano, Original Inhabitant, or First Nation people, just to name a few. The word Mexican is what we are called in the English language. Mexicano is what we are called in the Spanish language. Mexica is what we call ourselves in our language in Nahuatl. Chicano is a political, ethnic, assertive, aggressive, and proud term used by our people since the 1960s. It is a term mostly used by those of us of Mexican descent, Central American, or those others who are aware of our shared heritage and who identify with us as a people. The word Indian is what Indians of India call themselves. They are the rightful owners to that name. It was a lost European explorer who believed he landed in India, so he called us Indians, and that name has been used to describe us ever since. The word Indian is not a racist or derogatory term. It is simply a misnomer. We as people have adopted and used that word to describe us as well, for the sake of argument, but we know the difference. The word Latino refers to the language of Latin. Latinos have traditionally been white people of Latin America, people proud of their European descent. I ask those who call themselves Latino, do you speak Latin? If not, why do you call yourself Latino? The word Hispanic refers to the people, property, and possessions of Spain. So to call yourself Hispanic is to agree that you are the people, property, and possessions of Spain, without any acknowledgement to your indigenous self. It is a term adopted by the U.S. government in the 1970s and used in the U.S. Census since 1980. Remember this, if I speak to you in English, that will not make me an Englishman. If I speak to you in Spanish, that will not make me a Spaniard. And finally, not all Mexicans speak Spanish. As Indians, native inhabitants, First Nation people, we have been struggling for our survival for over 500 years. As Mexicans, we have been celebrating our independence from Spain for over 200 years. We declared our independence from Spain on September 16th, 1810. So to call yourself Hispanic or Latino is to deny yourself of your native indigenous roots, deny yourself of your rightful ownership to this land, and to declare your final surrender to Spain and European ways. So, whatever you choose to call yourself, at least know and understand what it means. We, people of Mexican descent, are 92% of the so-called Latino Hispanics in Aztlan. But sadly, we behave as if we were only 10%. We have been called the sleeping giant because we are huge in numbers, but behave meekly. We need to remove our blinders and declare our true identity and our true history. Oh.